Hello, I'm the normal player guy in today's Christmas treat part 2, we could say. Prepare yourselves. It is the top 10 categories, 5th edition, revisited Christmas 2023. Wow. So I do have a video of the last one I did, which showed you what we have. Now, there is a bit of a change going around all into this. I'll give you a quick recap. Coming in number 1 was Bond of Parent. Then we had Powerful Comeback. That was Super Saiyans, Wicked Bloodline, Join Forces, Pure Saiyans, GT Heroes, Goku Family Hybrid, and Space Traveling Warriors. So now I tried to be fair again, and you'll probably see a lot of variations. Obviously, some things that are like super broad, like Pure Saiyans and Realm of Gods, probably won't get the same respect that they deserve, sure. But yeah, so we have a new list. Now this is different. There's some new categories into this. So we have, and in no particular order, we have stuff like Final Trump, Future, Pure Saiyans, Movie Heroes, Power of Wishes, Superheroes, Goku Family, Wicked Bloodline, you name it. We're going to jump straight into it. Now, jumping actually into this is Terrifying Conquerors. Terrifying Conquerors is our number 10. Now, why? Well, Terrifying Conquerors is really, really good. We have LR Cooler as one of the leads. We have alongside his best partner. Hell, even his Piccolo is absolutely demonic. Now, of course, basically Terrifying Conquerors / Space Traveling Warriors kind of deal is basically extreme STR because look, we have Turles on here. This free-to-play Turles, by the way, is pretty respectable. And of course, you got some Metal Coolers on here, and even these guys are actually pretty good, especially if you compare them up with another Ginyu on here. So they're fairly powerful, no doubt. Now, this is all link relevant. So if you've got like Big Bad Bosses level 10 or something along those lines, or really high level links, you'll do well. Golden Freezer would hit really hard. The Metal Cooler would be just also really good to have. Ginyu is just ridiculous, right? A lot of these coolers, these metal coolers, they're pretty respectable. Of course, the Ginyu team is good. Physical Turles. Now, if you can get physical Turles, he has Big Bad Bosses and he has Thirst for Conquest and he has Galactic Destroyer, which gives him like 60% to stats. You pair him up with this guy, you pair him up with the LR as well, right? And hell, he even shares links with these, and you'll find this guy is pumping out like 900k defense. It's pretty bonkers. Now, they are fantastic. They can work well together. Some of them can struggle with Ki, not Cooler in particular, but some that this Turles does struggle with Ki because he's got to do super attacks, which can be annoying because he doesn't have Ki. Like the Metal Coolers aren't going to link up well with the Saiyans, for example. So that's something. I mean, they do have some common links, and it's the best links in the game that have them that. Terrifying Conquerors also happened to be in slot 10 last time, but they do consistently make the top 10. So good for you. So that's the reason why I have them there. Now, next I have these guys, and that is Wicked Bloodline. What was Wicked? Wicked Bloodline was the top 4, and it's fallen off. Now, the reason being is probably just because of the quantity of people that goes into it. So we're talking like one of the more recent updates going was probably Golden Freezer, right? There wasn't really another Wicked Bloodline entering this fray anytime soon. So I mean, he does have a 200% team. That's fine. We can actually look at this guy. Like Golden Freezer is brilliant on this, but they don't work the best well together anymore these days. This guy has Big Bad Bosses and auto regeneration, which works well with these guys. But he has like Rampant Malice and all that kind of stuff, and has like Universe Most Maleficent, which works well with this Cooler, who has Big Bad Bosses, which would work better with this Cooler. So that's something. Don't get me wrong, the Wicked Bloodline family tree is pretty bonkers, but I feel like now there's just not enough of them. They're really good as what they are, and they're in the top 10. But as I say, the most recent additions was probably these 5 EZAs or probably this metal cooler, right? So it's a bit they've dropped off. We need to be hit with some more. So that's the reason why Wicked Bloodline has dropped quite a bit. Now, next we have Goku Family. Now, you could say this is such a broad category, or it's going to be one of those categories where it's got some of the best units in the game, no matter what. Hell, we can even look at Super Saiyans for this. Oh, what do we have inside the Goku family? Well, we got Carnival Goku, who's pretty good. We have there's a lot of leaders in this for like Goku family. We're talking Super Saiyans and Planet Namek Saga, Super Saiyans movie heroes, Goku family and Cell Saga. We're talking Power of Wishes. We're talking Powerful Comeback. You know, I can't remember. I think your Super Saiyans as well. So I mean, we're talking a Turtle School is another lead. So we're talking pretty powerful people in terms of Goku family, no worries. Super Saiyan 4s are in this, right? You got the GT hero leads, they're pretty fun. AGL Goku, right? This guy's pretty solid after his Easy 8. Future Gohan comes in pretty good. So there's a lot of powerful units in here, but something tells me, despite the power of this category, and there are some very good units, who runs strictly a Goku family? I don't. I run another category. It might be full off Goku family, something like Super Saiyans or the Realm of Gods or Pure Saiyans. You use Goku family members, and there's a lot. There's a lot of good ones in there, a lot of recent Easy A's, but you just don't run specifically for Goku family. But they're in number 8 because of the caliber of people there is. Goku family was not in this last time. We had Hybrid Saiyans. Which again is still really good. We might have had Goku family actually. Sorry, number 8 may actually have been Goku family. So if that is the case, they're actually level pegging in the same way. But that's just because nobody runs it for what it is. But yeah. So next we have up is superheroes in particular. Now, not to be confused with the likes of like movie heroes, superheroes. It is a good one that we've got. There are some pretty potent people. It's basically any superclass person in the entirety of Dragon Ball Super, from the Beerus saga to the Copy Vegeta to the Black Saga, up until the new movie we're against Cell Max. So basically any of that. So we're talking like the Black Saga here. We're talking Black Saga, Gamma 1, Gamma 2, best unit in the game, arguably last year's anniversary unit, right? Tournament of Power. We're talking UI Goku, right? He's pretty bonkers. The Broly units, right? He's pretty good from when the Broly movie came out. We're talking AGL Broly himself is on this. The fusions are on here. There are some pretty stupid people in this, right? There's just no doubt. So yeah, you'll find out that it's a pretty broken team. Some of it can be top heavy, which is a bit of a disappointment for it because it is powerful, but it's top heavy. But then again, this team it has people who can do justice. I mean, like you got Piccolo in particular, then who can guard, he can guard. Gamma 1 can guard. Then you've got like these can guard for the first turn. He has dodge, he has damage reduction. They're just unbelievable. You got 200% leads, 200% leads. These three are 200% leads. He's a 200% lead. So they all splinter off into each other, right? And again, you can imagine in that next anniversary, what if this 6th anniversary units get the easy A? Oof, now we're talking, right? And we're talking like this guy has damage reduction, this guy has dodge. Oof, they're going to be pretty weird easy A's, that's for sure, going into this. But yeah, no, pretty powerful people. Very easy to use, work well together. You can break it down as well to like Power Beyond, or you can break it down to Future Saga, Tournament of Power kind of deal. So yeah, and of course on here as well, which it won't show, but it's also going to include like the likes of like STR Kaioken, Goku's Easy A. So that could be another fantastic one on there. Now, next one we have, not to make this too difficult, is Final Trump. So Final Trump has had a huge amount of buffs in its time. We think to the last mega update, or the first real solid update going. Will it allow me to show on this? So we had Vegito Gogeta. So that was in there, but then he had his Easy A. So realistically, Final Trump really had a buff when it came to these guys. So the 7th anniversary units, they are Final Trump. This guy's a Final Trump lead as well. But then you had a whole roster of people. Now it's not just, I mean, you got some extreme class in here. He works on Worldwide Chaos, and he's the lead for Worldwide Chaos. He also works on Terrifying Conquerors, which he's on. Both of these are on Terrifying Conquerors, and so is this guy. So they all work out rather well, and this guy as well. And then you got the super class versions for them, where we're talking like. Let's see. So Power Beyond, we're talking powerful comeback. We're talking Power of Wishes. Just in general, just a really strong team. Yeah, you look at this and you see a lot of LRs, right? We're talking the brand new unit. We're talking the Worldwide Download Celebration unit. We're talking the 8th anniversary, right? And we're talking last year's anniversary units. Pretty powerful people, but they're on this team for a reason, right? Last time Final Trump, if it was even on this, I don't even know if it was actually even on this. So well done, they've gotten back onto the list. I do remember a time when they were on it, but now then they dropped off. But now it's good to see them actually on this. So yes, we have Final Trump now done. I mean, like the 5th anniversary units in particular as well, and this guy. I mean, they just work out so well together. So again, it works out really, really nice what they do. So that's Final Trump, and that's the last of the 5. So now you're wondering what is the top 5, and here we are. Here we are. Now I'm going to bring in this guy. I'm going to bring in Future Saga. I don't think Future Saga's on this. No. So Future Saga wasn't even on this. It's just not. That's because the caliber of people on it, we're talking like uh, in black and in LR black. They never had their Easy A. The worldwide download celebration units never came in. The 200% for Time Travelers and Future Saga never came in. The Easy A for AGL Samasu never came in. So they've had a plethora of updates to make that team ridiculous, right? We're also talking like Tech Super Saiyan Trunks alongside Int, Future Saga, Gohan, right? Both of them are a fantastic duo. Just in general, Future Saga, and you could also cheat and say Time Travelers, but in particular, Future Saga is ridiculous. We're talking like Tech Trunks had his Easy A as well, so you can make a super class time traveler kind of deal, but then you can make like a Black Saga, Extreme Class, Future Saga. So there is a huge amount of buffs making them incredibly powerful. The reason they're probably not higher on the list is because it's incredibly LR heavy. We're talking the Worldwide Download Celebration Tech Zamasu. We're talking Int LR Black. We're talking Tech LR Black in Zamasu. We're talking we're talking Int Black themselves, and then most importantly, all these people need to have a certain few links at level 10 just to become anywhere good. Now, of course, with the new link skill orbs coming in where you can kind of cheat and just get all the way to level 10, you can leave the rest at level 1, but just have like big bad bosses at level 10. That's pretty ridiculous. But yeah, so like that kind of thing going for them is also a bit of a negative, but get the grinding done and they just become unstoppable. Seriously, worldwide download celebration firmly cemented this team way up there. Speaking of another one, which is always going to be way up here, it's Pure Saiyans. Pure Saiyans, I had them in number 3, and I think the only reason I had them in number 3 is because you find Pure Saiyans in like every category, and I just didn't want to just slap a generic broad one on. But yeah, we got Pure Saiyans. Pure Saiyans has had quite a lot of buffs recently as well. We're talking from like STR Kaioken Goku Easy A with the new physical Turlers and the whole rafter in between, because then you've got like the 8th anniversary unit. We're talking there is the worldwide download celebration unit, the AGL Vegeta, the AGL Blue Goku and Vegeta in there. So there's always going to be buffs for this. Hell, the 2024 opener is going to be a Super Saiyan 3, so another pure Saiyan, and no doubt that Tech LR Super Saiyan 3 will get his Easy A. Another pure Saiyan. So I'm trying not to actually make it that try not to put them too high for that reason, but I can't deny that the individual units themselves and the teams that they can filter onto with, and the fact that a pure Saiyans can be done with like Goku family, Vegeta family in particular. We're talking the Space Traveling Warriors as well, because you can kind of feed in Vegeta with Turlers, Raditz even as well. There's some pretty good stuff altogether. Pure Saiyans could even include Kale and Caulifla as well. So you could blend in a little bit of Universe 6 into this. So altogether, you've got a really good blend of people. Realm of Gods and Power Beyond also qualify, and you could cheat and say Realm of Gods and Power Beyond are on this purely because of the broadness of what they are. In fact, I wonder if the last one, see, Realm of Gods wasn't on this, Super Saiyans was here, and Pure Saiyans was down in number 6. So they've had some slight improvement since. So that's pretty good on this. So that's fine. So yeah, they're cemented in number 4, and honestly, they probably always will be, personally to me, because they keep getting buffs. The likes of like Goku family could drop. It all depends on like Wicked Bloodline. It all depends on whether or not we get new units and whether or not people use them for that. Future Saga, now, it's a really good team, so it remains to see if they keep bringing out buffs. Final Trump will probably come back to life, and I think superheroes, there's definitely a whole new plethora of people to come out with that. So again, these could all move up. Number 3, utilizing the new Harudagon that might come out in the new year, movie heroes. Now, honestly, you could say this is number 1. Movie heroes has such a big amount of people on this team. It like you talk. So what are we talking about? Well, you got Broly. You've got from the 7th anniversary units from the same movie. Then we're talking this support Piccolo, who is an absolute behemoth alongside stuff like the Tech Piccolo, here we go, who works somewhat well with this Piccolo. And then we're talking Power of Wishes, and I mean, this guy's pretty unstoppable. And we're talking Gamma 1, Gamma 2s, who work well alongside well, yeah, the Bond of Master and Disciple, and also superheroes. Which one of these two? I think you do superheroes. Can't quite remember. Then we're talking Powerful Comeback, or we're talking Pure Saiyans and Joy Forces. So again, like these two work extremely well together. Gogeta is still a really decent unit these days, and of course we have the new shiny unit, which is the new triple Super Saiyan kind of deal with them from the Super 13. They're currently ongoing. They're pretty busted for what they are. They're not absolutely amazing busted, kind of like Piccolo or something like that, but no, they're really good. So, movie heroes has a tremendous amount. I mean, like Gogeta alone, guaranteed crit, 70% chance to dodge. What more do you want? Greatly raises stats for several turns. Even in this particular form, he still greatly raises defense, 50% chance to dodge, applies the super excellent effect. This team is nigh on indestructible, and it always keeps getting buffed, and will be keeping getting buffed. Hell, the 2024 unit Super Saiyan 3 Goku is going to be on this because he's a movie hero. So, and that's going to be a pretty nutty character, and that's going to give us an idea of what the 9th era is going to look like. So, yeah, that's the reason why movie heroes are there. And number 1 and number 2, you probably pretty much guessed it, but we're looking at this. So we are looking at Super Saiyans as the number 1, and we're talking Power of Wishes, which we've talked about throughout, as number 2. Why are we saying this? So, like Super Saiyans in particular, well, we got the brand new unit coming out. They're an int orb changer. They get bonus per int orbs, and they have ridiculous amount of stats. They do a lot. They hit hard, guaranteed crits. And honestly, they have damage reduction for the first few turns in slot 1. I mean, they do a little bit of everything, making them really well. They work fantastic alongside this unit. There is a Tech LR. I can't remember which one it is. But no, they work out extremely powerful. And they work out really, really well. The Super Saiyans, just think of it in general. Just look at the roster, which you can get. Gogeta, Vegito, this guy. Let's have a look. Yeah, these two are pretty decent. This guy's had his easy A. We're talking LR Gohan as well. I mean, the GT Hero can dudes. So, they work out extremely potent as well. What have we got? Carnival Goku. These are still pretty redonkulous. These are still pretty good. Fantastic Goku family support. This guy is still a beast. This guy for Pure Saiyans, guaranteed crits and stuns, guards, right? I mean, the list goes on. I mean, you just check out the kind of people you got here. Gogeta, Broly, sure, if you must. These guys had their easy A and are pretty nuts. This guy's pretty solid. This guy's pretty solid. I mean, you got the 3rd anniversary. Vegito in particular, with his damage reduction on Super Saiyans, with all those attacking tacklings that he has. They're pretty disgusting. Him and Gogeta make a dynamic duo, and then you got stuff like this particular Vegito. Again, it all works to be. Honestly, it's no wonder Super Saiyans is just by far the best. A 200% standalone lead for Super Saiyans is just ridiculous, right? The caliber of people you can make is admittedly top heavy, but flipping heck, it's just outright ridiculous. And Power of Wishes along the same lines as like Final Trump. It's like Final Trump slash movie hero kind of all pitted together because again you got these kind of guys. Power of Wishes also kind of helps with like superheroes, and it also helps with Realm of Gods. So again, you'll find that there's a huge amount of compatibility. I believe one of the 8th anniversary units, I think it's the physical one, they are the Power of Wishes lead as well. So again, that's pretty good for them. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I've made it a bit shorter than the top 10 LRs, that's for sure. But yeah, so we have Super Saiyans crossing it off, and you just can't deny at the moment Super Saiyans is just the best. Power of Wishes, we have movie heroes, we have Pure Saiyans, Future Saga, we have Final Trump, superheroes, Goku Family, Wicked Bloodline, and Terrifying Conquerors. What did we have? Well, Bond of Master and Disciple has completely dropped off. What is this? What was this? This was Powerful Comeback, really strong team, dropped off. Super Saiyans has gone right up to the top, and Wicked Bloodline's gone down to the bottom. Join Forces has, well, it's dropped off. Pure Saiyans has remained. GT Heroes is gone. Goku Family's about the same. Hybrid is gone. Terrifying Conquerors. So a lot of it's the same, but there are stuff like the top 2 have gone. Number 5 is gone. Number 7 is gone. So, but they have brought in stuff like Final Trump, Future Saga, Power of Wishes, which is a new one. But yeah, so I think it's. I mean, I can't help everybody, right? But again, the rules were pretty much the same as me for top 10 videos. They gotta be useful. They gotta have. They can't just be all top heavy in terms of LR, right? You've got to have a blend of good support, an overall good cohesion of the team. They got to have a good roster, so they can't have a small one. But if they do, that small roster has got to be pretty powerful. Think of like Future Saga. The links and the Easy A's alone have just brought them right up. Same with Final Trump. The Easy A's and links and the new units just straight right back up. New units and new categories can appear in all the time, which really change things up. And honestly, this could be like a every month kind of deal, or every bi-month. You'll probably could change a few of these things. But yeah, anyway, that's what it is for now. This is a nice Christmas treat. The top 10 categories going in the game. Could I do one for Easy A's? Could I do one for top 10 TURs, period? Easy A or not, but I feel like that one could be a bit of a hassle. I'll stick with top 10 LRs and top 10 categories. There you go. Now, top 10 worst categories and top 10 worst LRs could be a real fun one. But anyway, thank you very much for watching this. If you made it all the way to the end, please let me know. And if you liked it, fantastic. And if you didn't, well, that sucks to be you, and I hope your next summon's going to go wrong. No, I'm only kidding aside. But hey, thank you, and bye-bye.